Dimitri, good evening, buddy. Good day or evening, whatever it is. Give me 1 second. All right. Where is it? Main. Yeah. Good day, good people. I can see some of you have joined already. How's life? Oh, give me just 1 second before we get started. I can see that Dimitri is here. Okay. All right, let's see what we're going to be hacking on today. Where's our backlog? Leo, good evening, buddy. File stacks. Are you adding to plat? Tags are already there, so I'm not quite sure what do you mean. 20 seconds ad. Oh my god. I'm just checking this API now, but it seems... Give me a second. Getting started with the tech stack GraphQL API. I don't actually want a GraphQL API. How you doing, Leo? How is life, man? All right, introducing this texture API beta. I don't want in the enrichment part. I don't care about improved lead score. I don't care about stability or sales. I don't actually care about any of the features that they're they were excited to introduce texture API, the best tech stack data. Yeah, but I actually don't need any of that. I would just like people to authorize theirs to their stack share. Do they have auth authentication or something? Oh yeah, they do. Okay. Can I close this? No. Give me just 1 second. No, I mean that's not what I want. What I wanted. Stack share auth API. Does stack share provide auth 2? No. No, okay. Never mind. I'm just looking at our backlog, what to do today. And stack share would be great for this, right? Have a tab under feed where you can fill. Yeah, so we kind of did this already. Sync repo seems to. So I actually fixed this. So this is done. I actually did this off stream yesterday. I just implemented the different GitHub app and stuff. So actually this is done. So you guys should be able now to properly sync your GitHub repos on your profile. So that should be done. All right, so actually one thing that I want to do today, TipTap image, is implement the image upload in our TipTap editor, because I realized that we don't really have that now. I host images on Cloudflare Images. So let's try implementing this today, or at least one of the things today. We could have a longer stream today because I started earlier. So let's in fact see how this stream goes, and then based on that, we'll determine what we do. Okay, so let's start with this because no, it is not expensive now, and everything's relative. What's expensive is very much relative, right? I don't know what's expensive to you and to me and stuff like that, right? But the short answer, no, it is not expensive. No. PNPMI, TipTap extension image, yep. Cool. All right, so let's kind of slowly implement this. All right, so let's close up all of this crap and let's go to TipTap, right? Devio, I think you can go to their site and check it out. You can check that on Google in like 2 seconds. Image TipTap extension. Okay, so we just configured the image. All right, so we'll need to kind of implement this in our own way, the way that I designed this thing. But let's go to available controls. Let's say image, and let's say image here. And then here we can say available controls dot image, right? And then we'll need to import the actual image, right? So, so we'll say image, and we'll need to import the image from the actual TipTap image, right? So we're gonna go here. Import image from this. Yep, there we go. All right, cool. So we have that now. Great. Let's see what it said. It renders the image node in line, for example, in a paragraph tag. By default, images are on the same level as paragraphs, okay? It totally depends on what kind of editing experience you'd like to have, but can be useful if you, for example, migrate from Quill to TipTap. Okay, never mind. Allow images to be parsed as base 64 strings. We'll see about that in a moment. Obviously, we're going to need this. We're going to need to add some. Okay, beautiful. So it seems fairly simple, and we'll do this, and let's just leave that as it is. Then we're going to have those images to set the actual image, and we'll need to implement a bit of custom, obviously, code here, because this only renders the image, and as you can see here, they have just a native alert in the browser. So we're going to want to have that slightly nicer, but maybe not, right? Because technically, when you set the image, you're going to paste the URL, and then we'll want to upload that as well. Now, of course, ideally, what would be nice is that if you paste the image inside of the editor directly, right, that we parse that image and directly upload it for that given user. Now, that's a bit advanced use case. So let's do the simple stuff first, right? So let's go to feed thoughts tab, share thought editor, I believe. Let's go in here and let's go somewhere down here. We're actually passing gas. So the controls. So here I'm just going to say, hey, I also want to support an image here, available controls.image. And are we going to support an image for thoughts? Probably not, but we're going to use this space here to actually, at the very least, test this feature, right? Now, let's go back to our TipTap somewhere over here, and we have to find the actual toolbar. We must have a toolbar somewhere that I implemented at one point in time, right? And this is some history that we have to remove. So yeah, if we go to toolbar over here, we have this, and actually, yeah, so we have to implement the okay. So let's copy one of those fellas over here. We'll remove this. And yeah, let's actually leave it like this. Let's just say image, and then we're going to replace this icon, right? So yeah, so we have a link here which doesn't. So let's go now to style icons. Let's copy some SVG to our own project. So let's say image over here, and let's find some kind of 1-to-1 ratio image icon, right? It seems there's a bunch of them, so we don't have to. Let's find something we like, something squared, something super minimal. One pane 08. Good day, my friend. How are you? Yeah, actually, I like this one. Super simple. So let's. The only thing that seems wrong with this image is the viewport inside of the image, or view box to say, sorry. Yeah, view box is a bit messed up. There's too much white space around it. So let's not pick that one. Let's pick something else. I don't want to be dealing now with modifying the SVG and stuff. Yeah, actually, yeah, this seems fairly okay. So let's grab this fella. Let's right click and copy this SVG. Let's go to our front end. Let's go to assets, images, SVG. Let's just create a new one, call it image SVG. And then we're going to run this through our library that we have for generating React components from yeah. There's something's bad about this image, but let's see. And I don't know why is it not actually auto formatting. Okay, let's go CDF and let's say icons. So let's build the icons. All right, cool. So we built this icon library now. So over here now, I should be able to just say image and auto import this image from my icon library. It didn't actually do it though. So let's go up here and let's just say here image. It should be there. Let's see image. Jesus Christ, come on. Yeah, it's right here. Cool. Let's see is it completely terrible or not. Let's refresh this. Did we not replace it, or did I replace the wrong thing? Ah, shit, I did replace the wrong thing. My bad. Okay, that's unfortunate. All right, so actually, here's the image. So image, and I don't know, VS Code is kind of, since one of the last updates, behaving really strange. They have fucked something up big time. Big time. All right, cool. All right, so the image icon is here, so that's good now. There's also something incredibly wrong here, but okay. So we have the image now, right? And yeah, so let's keep on going with their example, right? Editor command set image. Do we get do we actually get a reference to editor? Of course, beautiful. Okay. So yeah, cool. So we're gonna actually grab their example from here just for the fun of it, and then we're gonna modify it, right? So let's pretty much do this, and we're gonna smack this fella inside of the actual where is it? Where is it? Over here, right? So we're gonna put it inside of this click handler. And let's just see if this actually already works. So we do this, and yeah, so let's go Homer Simpson. Let's find some image. Try to open it as an image. Let's try to open it as an image again. All right, well, we'll give it a shot. Who cares? So we do this. We paste this, and there it is. Okay, beautiful. So that's good. That's not bad. Okay. What else do they have here? Drop cursor. What is drop cursor? They have this extension. Tip tab. What is this for? Drop cursor. This extension loads the process drop, which shows a cursor at the drop position when something is dragged into the edit node at this step. Ah, so it's this line, right? So if you're dragging the image, you can kind of see this line. Okay, actually, we do need this as well. We actually do need this thing as well. So actually, it seems that we just have to install it, right? So let's do that. So let's close this stuff. We're good with icons, PMI, tip tap, drop cursor. And then we're pretty much going to do the same as they're doing. So let's go back to our tip tap. Let's smack this fella over here. And where's our extensions? Actually, don't want to. Where's the extension map? I mean, I think logically this should go hand to hand with the image, right? So in simple words, hey, we should say include the cursor only when there's an image in there, right? So they should kind of go hand to hand, right? It doesn't matter really. Let's import drop cursor as a default extension to tip tap, even though we want to always kind of include the least amount of extensions as possible based on the use case. Then we can optimize that later, right? But either way, let's actually see now. And also let's see what happens if we, oh, I think our JSON web token expired. And then also let's see what happens now if we just paste the URL inside of this editor. So do we still have that Homer Simpson? No, Homer Simpson image. So let's take this, open in a new tab, copy that thing. Can I just paste an image and see if this extension actually handles the paste as well? No, it doesn't. Okay. And do we see the cursor now? Yeah, actually we do see the cursor. That's actually good. Can I actually type anything in here? So give me a second. So I type something, I include an image. And then, yeah, you can see that cursor appearing, that line, as I'm dragging the image up and down in the editor, right? Kind of funny how, yeah, actually, it's just hard to get it there. Okay, well, that's good to know. So, I mean, their fundamental example works, so that's good. So that's good, right? That's good. Let's just go back. That's API. Let's go back to our yeah, let's get that over here. So what do we actually have here? So here we're inside of the icons. Here we're inside of the icons toolbar. Yeah, sure. Open link modal. Okay, cool, whatever. But either way, so now we have to kind of implement a bit more complex thing. So obviously this is a working example, right? But we need to upload this image to our API, right? And luckily we have that logic. I've already implemented that in the API. Shay, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it, man. The Vero, thank you, buddy. All right, so let's do that. Let's implement this so it actually uploads the image, validates it, uploads it to our Cloudflare images, responds back with the URL, and then we insert this. So that's kind of what we really have to do here, right? All right, cool. So let's close all of the stuff that we don't really need. So we need only those files. And give me one moment. Let me just go where that thing is. All right, over here, right? So this is our toolbar. And this is kind of the place where we're going to be working. So you'll have to click, then you'll have to do this, right? And then over here, we'll need to do some async work, aka upload this image to server, to our API, wait for the API to respond with the URL, and then do whatever is below, right? So that's kind of the difference here, right? Now, the only fundamental issue with this right now, right, is that it would be ideal that we upload the image or images at the point of which you're creating the actual resource, right? So in our case, for instance, if we would allow images to be uploaded here for the thoughts, right? Then we would want to wait. So we basically upload them when you submit your thought. So you submit your thought, we take all of the images, we upload them. Then when the response comes back, we create the actual thought, right? And it would be nice to do this transactionally, right? So the perfect example would be basically as follows. Let's draw this for ourselves, because actually maybe that's more fun to do than just doing it in a very basic way, right? So this is what we want to do, right? So you have a resource. So let's imagine this is some sort of resource of some kind. And this resource has some images, right? So this resource has some images. So what we want to basically do, we want to say, hey, when this, before this resource is to be created, upload all the images. And once they are uploaded, finalize the creation of the resource and return 201, right? And we obviously want to do this transactionally. Now, we can't do this fully transactionally when it comes to SQL, of course, because this is a different service. We're uploading an image to Cloudflare, but we could kind of build a logic around it so it is transactional. So for example, if you're uploading 3 images, but 2 of them, if you're uploading 3 images and 1 of them fail, then we revert back. We remove the 2 previously uploaded ones, and then we fall back. So we can create some sort of a transactional behavior. And that would be great. So, because right now, if you just click this button, let's just open this browser. So if you just click this button, you enter some URL, and you already upload an image, you can just refresh the page now, right? And then the image is somewhere out there. Of course, we could have a cron job that removes those images for Cloudflare every 24 hours, let's say, if they're not associated to anything. And I guess we could do that. We could query all of our Cloudflare images, and then we could query all of our articles and thoughts and see if any image that's there is not associated to any resource. And then if it's not, we could just nuke it, right? So so which one I want to do is I don't actually know. And I think this is the one that I actually want to do, right? So I think this is the one that we just drew. This is the one that I want to do. Okay, so let's kind of see how we want to do this, right? I think this would be the easiest way to do it, actually, right? All right, so let's do it. So first thing we want to do, right? Let's go over here. Yeah, I think I got a very good idea how I want to do it. So let's go to thoughts. Let's go over here to this kind of wrapper component of the TipTap itself for this specific use case. And yeah, so editor state change, right? Ah, shit, okay. So let's get actually over here. So, interesting. So where's the thoughts tab? Yeah, so here's somewhere, yeah, over here, right? So let's print this when the image is kind of smacked into the actual editor, right? So let's say console.log. Let's print this fella over here, and let's see what happens. So where is that Homer Simpson picture? Let's just keep that opened as a demo, right? Ah, shit. Yeah, actually, so let's do this. Let's go to our local host here. Let's go to console. Let's clear it up. Let's click this thing. Okay, so great. So you can see now that we have a new entity. We have a new type of a block in our TipTap content state, right? And we can see that the new one, how is it called? So we have ATTRs, we have a source, and a type of image. Beautiful, right? So what does this mean to our API? So in our API, we're gonna kind of create a new validator or of JSON, another JSON validation library, AJV validator. That's we're gonna do that later, but only thing we have to check in our API. So you're gonna push this to the API. In the API, we're gonna check, hey, does this payload has any image in its JSON? If so, all right, great. Well, let's upload all of these images, wait until they're back, and then respond with 201, right? Is that my emoji? It could be. Okay, so let's go now and do that, right? So let me just think here for a moment, right? Okay, so I think what I want to do, right, in the API. So far in the API, we have an endpoint for everything, right? But I think what I will want to do is I probably want to create some sort of a service layer just for this thing. So whenever I'm actually sending any tip-tap content, I should be able to kind of encapsulate that functionality into that so I can reuse it anywhere. So for example, every time, anywhere when there's a tip-tap data, like a content associated, like a rich text data, I should be able to, so I shouldn't be implementing image upload in association to this in every single place, right? Okay, so let's write some POC of that, right? So let's go. Let's create a here tip tap. Let's create tip tap utils here. So let's create tip tap utils here. It's going to be a class that's going to have some tip tap knowledge, right? So let's get in here. Let's say export class tip tap. It's not going to extend anything. I'm just using a class for a nicer encapsulation, just syntax related, nothing. We don't really need a constructor or whatever. And VS Code is kind of failing a bit. So let's say here, how should I call this? Yeah, fucking VS Code, man. It's horrible. Okay, and let's get over here and say thank you very much, man. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for signing up. Let's call this async upload image. And this is going to be associated primarily. We're going to be uploading an image here. And then we also have a client somewhere that I wrote, right? I wrote a client somewhere, Cloudflare. Yeah, Cloudflare images, exactly. So I think I'm using this already somewhere, or at least, so we don't really need to build this for the most part, right? So for the most part, we're good. Even though my upload now, it's taking basically base 64 payload, right? So MC Flurry, thank you very much, buddy. Okay, give me guys 3 minutes and I'm going to answer any questions. I just need to focus on this. So this is going to actually get how do we want to design this? I just need to figure out. So we're going to get this content state. Then we will want to check, hey, does this state has an image, right? Exactly. And why are we checking 8 attributes? No, actually, never mind. It's a type of image. Okay, great. All good, all good. Rico, good evening, buddy. Good day. All right, well, let's actually try sending this payload to the API, and then we're going to get this API. We're going to copy paste it, and then we're going to... right now, usernames are permanent, yes. I mean, if you truly want to change it, you could just write to me and I can change it for you. But right now, and for some time, there's no plan on enabling that type of feature, no. This is just some text. Copy image address. Let's paste this in. Just some text. Okay, let's kind of push this, and we're going to use this payload in our API. So this is our payload, right? And this is the response, right? So technically, this image was in fact actually saved already. as a URL, but this is an external URL, right? And that's just one use case. We need to provide a use case where you can actually upload an image, right? So that is the problem, right? And the reason why we're not seeing the image is because I'm not allowing it in our HTML sanitizer. So I'm not allowing that content to be set to be presented in HTML, right? Copy string as JSON literal, okay? We can change that. It's not a problem at all. We can change that. All right, so let's get back over here. Let's get over here. Let's just paste this thing, this content. Const dummy, let's call it const dummy. Let's remove those outer quotes just so this becomes an actual JSON. Let's just export it so it doesn't complain. Okay. So yeah, the biggest problem now with this though is that I think if we somehow enable people here to actually drag their own image, so I think when you click this, what you should actually get is like a modal that has either a URL from the image, external image that you want to upload, which I don't know if I want to support just because of the CSP policy, content security policy. Then we have to enable a bunch of other kind of external resources from which we allow things to be loaded, and I probably don't want to do that. So I think in our case, when you click here, we should get a modal. So when we click on that, we should get a modal. You know, and you've seen this modal a million times elsewhere, right? It's going to say, click here or drag and drop an image, right? So now I think with the limitation probably that this library might have, if we go actually here to this image component, right, we can see that they have this attribute allow base64 encoded, right? So what we could do is when you drag and drop it, we could base64 encode it and then send that base64 data payload to the API, right? And then parse that as base64. And I think my API is already doing that from some previous implementation. And I think that's how we could do it. So let's actually get this allow base64 thing. And let's go to where this image is configured here, right? Yeah, we're gonna say true. Okay. All right, so well, we need to go a bit back to the front end and solve it in the front end first. So again, when I click here, instead of getting this crap, we should be getting the modal in your face, right? All right, how do we do that is the question. Let's see. So if we go to toolbar over here, open link modal, yeah, exactly. And then here we're actually rendering those icons. So we have open link modal, right? Exactly. I see. So I think what we can do, we can have a generic open modal thing that gets some parameter, which modal do we actually want to open, right? So we can have different modals in this thing. Okay, so let's do that without touching this. So const open dialog, let's say open dialog. And then let's just say, let's start simple. So here we're going to pass down to those icons that I've created declaratively. We're going to say open dialog. And then inside of the icons, we're going to also pass this open dialog. And then somewhere when we click on that image, we'll want to say, hey man, open the freaking dialog, okay? Yeah, over here, right? So let's kind of comment this out. Let's comment both of those out because for now we don't really need them. And we're going to say open dialog and whatever. Honestly, you can write a thought as well and I can just rename you. All good. Okay, so we should be seeing now, or Discord is even better. Discord is, okay, so we can see we're triggering that event, so that's beautiful. And now let's implement the logic, right? So now since we're going to have multiple dialogues potentially for this toolbar as it grows in time, as this platform evolves, we obviously want to make sure that, so it would be nice if this is actually a higher order function of some kind. So we can actually, so it would be nicer if this dialogue, let me just think for a moment here, because we have to specify, hey, which dialogue do you want me to open, right? Okay. Give me a moment. Open dialogue, yes. Okay, so actually this is not disgusting completely. It's actually pretty fine. So this is actually correct, yes. So that's actually pretty good. And then in the open dialog declaration somewhere over here, we can say type, and then we can just make this, for now we can only have one type, but then later we're gonna rewrite this open link modal, right? So here we can have a switch statement, say switch type, and then we can say case image. And no, that's actually incorrect, but it's fine. And in fact, actually, it doesn't really matter, right? In a way, it's just gonna matter on the contents of the dialogue. So what do we render inside of a dialogue, and where is the actual dialogue here? Do we even have any dialogue imported that we define what type of content do we want, right? Okay. So let's actually create a new state variable somewhere. Let's see what we have here. Has selection, blah blah. Okay. So let's say dialogue, and then let's say null by default. There's really no dialogue, right? And then over here, we can say, well, we don't really need a switch statement at all here. We only want to say, hey, set dialog type. When I open a dialog, set that type of a dialog. Awesome, man. Thank you very much. I know that we have some modal. Yeah, we do have some modal. Okay, great. Okay. So let's go. And we should probably implement some global modal in this project because it's kind of getting out of hand with those modals, but that's a different subject. I probably at one point will. So let's say modal. Yeah, beautiful. And then if you ask me, my brain tells me, hey, Alex, implement something like const get a dialogue contents, right? And which content is going to be? Ryan, good day, my friend. Yeah, exactly, beautiful, exactly. And here we're just going to say, hey, well, let's say hi world image dialogue. And then we're going to render this based on the state and switch exactly. Actually, Copilot is doing something useful. Okay, great. So now we have a generic dialog and we can render any type of content inside. So when I click this, let's see if anything, actually, let's see if anything's happening now. Ah, shit, my bad. First and foremost, this should be only shown if there's dialogue, of course. And then let's actually see, yeah, we're missing something because we have is open, handle closed, blah, 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 right? Okay. That's kind of, so this dialogue, the way that I designed it before, it's not necessarily great, but it doesn't matter. It's great enough for now. It serves its purpose now. So now when I click this, we get this dialogue. So that's great. We only have to basically pass now a handle close, right? And that's going to be, which can just do inline anonymous lambda function and say set dialogue null. Oops. And that's great, right? So now we can open it, close it, blah, 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 right? Okay, great. So now we have an image dialog here. Beautiful. Okay. Yeah, cool. Now, probably the smart thing would be here to actually let's just create a components here inside of the toolbar, and let's just create another folder called dialogues, just so we break this into different components. And let's just say upload image dialog. Upload image dialog JSX. And let's say index.jsx and export that from this, right? Yeah. And then, yeah, here we're going to actually have the content. So export const, what do we call it? Upload image dialog. Let's just say have some text, and let's say BG yellow, just something we can explicitly see. We want it to look broken, right? So if I get over here now, we can just say, hey, import upload image dialog. Great. And let's see how that looks like. Give me 1 sec. Need to stretch my legs. 1 moment. All right, cool. Great. Okay. So we should see some yellow box now. Beautiful. Great. This is just some text, lorem ipsum. Great. Okay, great. Good. So now it's basically the time to, let's Tailwind upload image dialog. Let's see if there's some example that we can just copy paste from that exists for 500 years already. Yeah, beautiful. This is what we need. How beautiful that is. Copy. Ah, I love it when I find it in 3 seconds. Beautiful. Okay, let's just replace this crap. Let's see how it looks like. It's literally what we need. There we go. Okay, beautiful. How beautiful that is. Well, it's not truly yet beautiful, but it's going to be in a moment. I'll just make it a bit more beautiful. Yeah, I just don't like the ratio of it. So, so let's say px24 or some shit like that, but not in that thing, somewhere else. Maybe here, no, label div, maybe px24. Yeah. Beautiful. Okay, let's adjust it slightly so it fits a bit more of our own thing. Just our own minimalistic design, if you get what I mean, right? Dark, border gray, 400. Okay, so they implemented the white and the dark. We're not supporting, we used to support white theme, but a lot of people were saying, oh, my eyes and stuff like that, so I just removed it. So I'm just going to clean this stuff. And at one point, we will support multiple themes, and we're also going to allow you guys to build your own themes. That's probably going to come in a month or two, where you guys are going to be able to upload your own colors and shit like that. Let me just clean this up, okay? So let's say here, Scene, thank you very much, buddy. Appreciate it. All right, so let's see what we do. So BG gray, border gray, okay. Okay, so we have background of this. So let's say BG base 200. That would be the same background that we have across the project, right? I don't remember, actually. Let's see. Yeah, so that's slightly better. Let's use our own indigo type of thing, the default. So border gray 600. So let's say border indigo 600. Let's see what this does. Yeah. Yeah, maybe a bit too much though, right? Let's see this. And where's the border width or border size? Border indigo, border 2. Yeah, so let's just say border instead. Actually, let's just say no border at all. No, I actually think that border did make sense. Actually, it made it easier if people. Okay, and actually no, let's almost leave it as it is. I think the stuff that we grabbed from that library is that indigo was nice. Yeah, I need to think about it. My brain needs to think about it before I make a decision. So let's leave it like this for now. I think it's great, especially because it's free, and then we'll see over time what we do. Do we still have those dark things? Yeah, we do. And then we'll change this, whatever, text gray 400. Let me just see, text gray. We'll see, do we want a 400 or 500 is the question. Yeah, that's actually okay. That's fine. That's great. Okay, beautiful. And let's also get rid of this fellow over here. So yeah, so you click this, hey bro, pick the image, whatever. Beautiful. Okay. Yeah. All right, so now the next thing obviously is that if I go actually to the profile, I've implemented pretty complex tool library for this thing. So if I actually go to, if I search, fuck, that's API. So if we search for upload avatar, I've implemented some pretty nice logic for that actually. Almost built a library just for this project. Upload avatar, yes. Upload user avatar, so that's just an action. So we do this. On file loaded. Yeah, so there's a bunch of stuff here. Now, do we really care about it? No, not in this context. So only thing we really care about is that we convert it to form data. Then we want to use a blob to append to a file and then send that, hopefully, right? So we need a lot of this stuff, actually. So we need a lot of the stuff that I implemented in other places. So let's set local source. Yeah, sure. But we're not going to be showing the preview, right? So we're not going to be showing the preview in this instance here. So we don't need that complexity. So here, when you do this, you choose it. I think primarily we'll want to just maybe show some loading state. So maybe this icon should change. And then when this uploads, okay, so let's write that down. So what do we want to do in this context? So let's write a to-do here. Oops. Don't I have some to-do? No. Actually, yeah, but not. Okay. Let's just localize this to do so we can just focus on work. So let's say to do. Let's say here tip tap image upload. Once the user selects an image inside of a dialog, show a spinner. But shit. Yeah, this kind of goes against the thing that I wanted to do, which is kind of only upload images when, so we don't really need a spinner, right? So once the user selects an image inside a dialog and the validation is fine, maybe use set timeout for 750 ms, show a check mark instead of the existing dialog icon, and then close the dialog, right? So that's what we want to do. So let's kind of try that. Give me 1 second. Yeah. All right, so let's get back over here to this dialog. And this dialog obviously has to deal with some image validation, upload, and stuff like that, right? But keep in mind, FYI, we're not going to be uploading an image at this time. We only want to send this base64 encoded image together with the actual tip tap, and then in the API upload, and then then do that transactionally, and then say, all right, you're good to go, right? Okay, so yes. So let's actually go, so I don't reinvent the wheel here because I spent a significant amount of time implementing this before in another place. Let's actually find that again. Where was that thing? Over here, right? So like I said, let's copy a few of those things and then see which one of them we actually need. Probably don't need anything almost, but let's see. So I'm gonna close that stuff. I'm gonna smack this fella over here. Okay, so when I select, so that's what I'm doing here. On select file, set file. Okay, so we do need this, right? So So that's okay. So we actually will need this. So when you basically select a file here, we on that in that side of that handler, that's what I'm apparently doing in here for this specific. And also I have a yeah, this is the file input I implemented with all the validation and shit. Yeah, this was fairly complicated, but I'm actually beautiful. Oh, so nice, so nice. Let's just use that immediately, even though it has the design. So thank you everybody for your follows and all of that cool stuff. So let's actually see. The only problem I think with this one I have is that it does actually has some styling. So I think it's going to mess it up for us a bit. This is going to fail now. Yeah. So we'll see if we're gonna be able to actually use it, but I think we will. We can just override the CSS. Okay, great. So let's get over here. So we're gonna kind of get rid of this fella. And let's implement this line by line so we don't go too crazy. Yeah. I just print this file once it's actually selected. Oops. All right, cool. That should not be failing anymore, I suppose. Yeah. So you can see, so if we actually select the file now, but we can see that this styling here is a bit wrong, right? Well, a bit more wrong, right? So we'll need to fix that. But let's see if, so I select something, and I would have expected that I've gotten some log, but not really. Let's see what's happening on select file, set file. Let's try that as well. All right, let's get back here. Null. Interesting. And change. Let's also remove the validation here, right? Even though actually this doesn't do anything. So let's see what hell is happening. Props on change files. If size is max file size. Yeah, because I'm using this, so this was not really. Yeah, let's actually see. Thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it. Let's actually see if we can also do that here, just for the visual part. 1 sec. Yeah, beautiful. Now, what's happening? Because we're missing the ID, because this outer component is expects an ID to trigger this input, right? So let's actually make sure that this thing also takes an ID. Parkour, Peter, good day, my friend. And let's say here ID is ID, right? I believe that's how they implemented this underneath, right? Yeah, exactly. Beautiful. Okay, so that's good. So we're still using our own input now. The only issue, let's see what's happening. Yeah, okay, good. Rendered hooks, blah, 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 blah. Use effect. Okay, interesting. Well, all right, cool. Let's try that again. I think we're almost there in that sense. It's still kind of complaining a bit about some, let's see, invalid is open. Yeah, that's screw that. That's just warnings. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. So we're still getting null, which is kind of strange. So the file is still null. Let's see on select file on change. Okay, let's kind of go in there. So file input props on, where is the on select? On change file. Okay, okay. So we're failing most likely here because max file size isn't really there. And I suppose this does some sort of implicit coercion. So it assumes that this is a number. So it converts this to 0. That's what I would assume, right? That's how JavaScript works, right? So I would assume that this operator actually coerces the stuff. I don't actually remember that from the spec. It's been very long ago since I fiddled with that stuff, but my assumption is probably correct. It is, yes. So this coerces this is undefined really, but due to the operator and how coercion in JavaScript works. So yeah, so we can basically fix this saying, hey, if there is a max file size prop, meaning actually we can just say here, do something like this. If object dot has own, actually we can say if props dot has own property, no, we can actually say object dot prototype dot call. You know what? Let's just do it like this, because I don't think that I'll ever set max file size to 0, right? It doesn't make any sense. So we can just say, hey, if this is any positive value, and then this, otherwise don't do the statement, right? Just ignore it, meaning go further down, right? No point into complicating this crap, right? So let's try this again. Okay. That's not what I expected. So what is max file? Or unless we have a default. Ah, this is why. So we do have a default here, right? Jesus Christ. Okay. Well, we shouldn't have the default, right? We shouldn't have a default. I should be the one as a consumer of this mini component library deciding what the max size should be. Okay, so now we get a blob, right? And all of that stuff. And that's great. So let's get back over here. So we have this so that this kind of works now, and that's great. Now, obviously, this is not going to be called upload avatar anymore. It's going to be called something else. And we will basically pass this thing as a prop and then call it inside of this effect. So whenever the file changes, we'll call something. So upload image dialog. Okay, so let's say on image selected or something like that, right? And then we can just say over here, we can write some logic, right? Yeah, we'll see about that. Let's say handle image selected. And then in here, we can just say on image selected, call handle image selected, right? And now we can focus on writing actually stuff in here. And we know that at one point, we'll just return this form data most likely, right? So we'll just say return form data, right? So file name, meme type, and file blob, right? And here we can just say by default that this is it's a function that returns nothing, right? Okay, great. So now if we actually go back here, we can handle this, right? So here I can say on image selected. Why are you capitalizing? This is not C#, man. Jesus Christ. Okay. Great. So let's see if that actually makes any sense. I don't actually know. I think it should make sense, but you never know. Okay. The only thing that didn't make sense is that we didn't actually call that function. We, in fact, so we should actually be calling this function here. Actually, yeah, we should for sure be calling that function there. Right? Okay, let's try that again. Blah, 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 blah. Great. Now this is an asynchronous type of thing, right? It seems, let's actually see. I forgot about it. Is this really asynchronous? And what about it is actually async? It's an async function. That's the problem. Okay, I see. So let's get rid of that. There's nothing asynchronous happening there. It's all synchronous, right? Let's try that again. Okay, so now we get the form data. And if I remember any of this browser API, we should be able to say temp dot get all or get file name or something, right? Yeah. And then get the file. And I don't actually remember how, but I think it's fine. Okay, sure. Now let me go to ChatGPT for a second. Let's hide this and let's say, how can I return a base 64 image here instead? Exactly. Actually, they're absolutely right. I completely forgot. I think actually we do have implemented this somewhere in the project. I just forgot about it. Yeah, we're doing this somewhere already here. Yeah, exactly. Sure. Okay. So actually, wait a minute. So we are already doing this, aren't we? Right. So what is the problem then? Just let me think because I don't remember this really well. Okay, then we validate the image. If it's not valid, we throw. Then we set up this reader thing, right? And we get it from this. So the same instance. Type is not an image, blah, blah, blah. And what is this guy saying? I mean, I don't want to, shit. Give me 1 second. So on change, it's not valid. All right. Yeah, I'm not quite super happy with this thing because I would like to kind of incorporate it there, but I don't want to touch this thing now because I'm going to mess up the actual avatar upload, and I don't really want to do that, right? Exactly. Nice. Okay, cool. Well, that's not too horrible, right? I think that's not too bad. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. No, I mean we're inside of a promise here, so we're not returning anything before. This is, I think, fine. It's just why is this saying on load end? Okay, let's see. I mean, it's you're maybe right, right? I don't neglect that, right? Let's take a look at that, right? So this is basically async now, right? And let's say here, wait a minute. No. Well, actually, this is okay because in here, indeed, we will actually get a promise, right? So here, we're gonna, let's just say here, it doesn't really matter which API we use, async and await or promise. Let's just kind of do this and see if it works first. Promise.then results, and then we'll prettify this code. That's the least I'm concerned about, right? So let's just first ensure that it actually works and that we get the format that we want, right? Tushar, thank you very much, buddy. So it's good, right? So it is correct. Here's the base 64, 300 kilobytes. That's a lot of data, but that's what it is, right? That's good. All right. I just need to check one thing though. Okay, so let's imagine now this actually works, and that's great. Exactly. Okay. So this results now is an actual image, right? So let's just call this an image. And then at this point in time, we do have a Yeah, exactly. I don't want to use that. I don't want to couple that to this thing now because I don't want to touch it at all or change it. We're gonna do that in the maybe even today or the next day, the next stream. For now, I'm focusing on making this work, so I want to do that by not messing up other things, right? But absolutely, long term, we're gonna ensure that we actually use that same component. Of course, that's ideal, right? Okay. So what did I want to do? What did I want to do? Yeah, I wanted to do something, and when I do it, where it is this? No, this is job cursor. That's why. Okay. Okay, so now I'm not quite sure we can read their source code if need be, but let's see, because now we're gonna try to set the source to the base URL image, right? So we're gonna say here, editor, command set item, and then this, right? The image itself, and let's see if that actually is gonna work. That's the ultimate question, right? And then here, obviously, we also want to say set dialog to null. So if this is successful, set the editor image and then close the dialog, right? Now, this is the ultimate question if this is going to make any sense, right? Because this library, this TipTap image library, they claim that they support base64. Bam, there we go. Okay, I didn't expect it to work out of the box, but it did. Beautiful. Okay. And oh, music to my ears. It literally played out as I wanted. Crazy stuff. Okay, because now I can do all of the, as we said, transactional stuff in the API. And then if all images are uploaded, if your payload is valid, then we're going to wait for all of that to happen, then do it, and then respond with 201. Otherwise, we have to implement the logic so we kind of fall back and remove everything that was created. Okay. Just give me 1 second here. So let's improve this a bit. So we have this thing and we have a promise from there, right? Okay. So let's actually call this, I don't know, some sort of response or whatever. Let's make this an async function. Let's wrap this in a try catch, and we probably will turn this actually into an event handler. So let's say here const handle image upload, right? Exactly. And then here we're going to say, no, not at all. So const image is await that I think makes no sense, but doesn't really matter. Let's do this. All right, cool. So actually, yeah, we don't want to use finally here because if this fails, we don't want to close this model, right? I don't think we do, right? So let's try kind of that again. And yeah, response is not a function, of course. So wait, async response. This is a promise, right? Yeah, but that wouldn't make sense, would it? Let's actually see what am I doing there. Okay, so that's better. Yeah, okay. So we get the image that's perfect, and we're gonna add validation, max image size later and stuff. We already have that done, so I don't care. And here we can use, I think, don't we have this toaster? Yeah, dot error, and then we'll just do this for now. And we don't want to close the modal, right? So that's explicit. So if it fails, right, we'll need to show some sort of error over there. So we don't want to close this if it fails. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful. So at this point, right, we're done with this, right? So now the rest of the stuff is going to be in the API. So no matter how many images you add, they all going to be base64 encoded, and that's great. We'll need to, yeah, so that's perfect. Let's just try that again. So bam, bam, we do this, right? And now once I've actually pushed this to the API, in our API, we're gonna get the content like this. And one of the things is gonna be the actual, let's actually make sure of that. What did we post? Yeah, this is, I think, show more. Exactly. So we have type paragraph, we have some text, and then we have a type image that's base 64 encoded image, right? Beautiful. Great, great, great. Okay. All right, let's leave this kind of new class that we wanted to do here just for a moment. Yeah, so let's go to our API. Let's do a bit of backend, and let's go to thoughts controller. Let's say create thought, right? So right, so over here we're gonna, so I do a bunch of stuff. I parse the tags and stuff like that, right? So what I'm actually gonna do, I'm gonna do exactly the same here. I'm gonna say get images from TipTap. So get images from TipTap state. So we're gonna get the images and then we're gonna upload the images. And we already have the Cloudflare client that I wrote before. Well, a wrapper around the Cloudflare client that I wrote before. So if we actually take a look at this, we're using just Axios. We're authenticating to our Cloudflare accounts. And then we have this upload that actually expects exactly what we have now. And then it gets the bearer token, et cetera, right? So that's, and then we have this for removing images and stuff. So very simple stuff, right? So here we're gonna actually arbitrarily just say const images is get images from, did we actually export this fellow over here? Yeah, get images from TipTap state. Cramia, good day, buddy. How's life? Images. Do we have images declared or no? Okay, well, this guy's failing. This shitty tool is failing. What is it called? VS Code, yeah, just pissing me off for no reason, but that's how it is. Ruslan, thank you very much, buddy. And then we're gonna do the same. We're gonna pass this. So instead of parsing this now twice, we're just gonna say here const. Is there? Can I say content? Yeah. Right. And then here I'm just gonna, because why are we parsing this, you might wonder, is because our front end cannot send this JSON object as a plain data. So in the front end we have the stringify it, and then here we parse it, right? So that's generally how you would store rich text in your database. You stringify it, your front end receives it, it parses it back, converts it to HTML or whatever, etc., right? That's how it works. We do this, we do that, we actually do this as well. These are, I just opened VS Code after a while and I was shocked to see the see-through thing. You mean the background that I have? Is that what you're referring to? And then we're gonna just slightly modify this, right? So we actually don't need this crap. We're gonna say null. So if whatever you pass is not a content item of data, if item type is image, we're gonna say here, instead of mentions, we're gonna say, well, this is a recursive function I wrote for that other thing, right? So we're gonna just replace this with images. We don't really need to make a set here, but because actually, I think it's useful. It's just, is it going to be able to? Yeah, let's actually try that, because what if, so let's say here, images, categorized, unique mentions. Hey Darren, it's going amazing, man. It's going amazing. What's up? Unique images. Give me just 2 seconds. Okay. We should probably unit test this right away, and we will in a second. Give me just 2 seconds. So, oh, shit. What happened with our parsed part? How did we mess that up? Yeah, this is what we wanted to do, isn't it, right? So content should be actually this. So let's see console.log images. All right, cool. So let's go to our back to our front end, and can we reply this last request we did? Yeah, beautiful. So let's reply this XHR request. Where is it? Reply. Okay, we're failing. Sure, cannot. String violation. Content cannot be an array or an object. Where are we getting? Content cannot be an array or an object. Set. Okay, I see. Oh, okay. I see. I see. Because we have not a number. Okay. Because probably I forgot to change something here. So data.length images. Get images from TipTap item.content. Sure. Images. Yeah, unique images set. Mention. And also this. It should be an image. Actually, let me just take a look how this state looks like. So an image has a type of. Wait a minute. Where's that? So image has a type of image, I suppose. Jesus Christ, the content is so big. Yeah, wait, let me just copy this crap. Copy as a, and let's go here because it's a huge base64 encoded thing. Okay, image attr source, exactly. So attr source, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so that's, I think, what we are. So here, instead of item is image, blah, 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 that's, I think, accurate, right? What did we just came to a conclusion? It is an image of type image. Then attribute is a source, not an ID, right? So where was that crap? Unique images, add, parse, int. So we don't actually have to parse anything here because this is no longer a number. So this is a source, right? And that's what we want to add, right? Thank you, everybody, for your follows. Sorry for not reading your names. It's not easy. Let's try that again. Reply XHR, still failing. No. Okay, beautiful. So it works. Amazing. So we can see now a set, and we can see a base64 image in it. Beautiful. Content cannot be an array or an object. That's a different issue. So let's fix that now. Okay, so what do we have? So we have unique mentions, null or unique images, right? Unique array, unique mentions. Thank you, everybody, seriously, for your follows. Very much appreciated. I hope you're having fun. Okay, great. So set 2, yeah. But instead of it's just the question though is here now. Bad request. Give me a second. Yeah, I can actually close this. I don't care about that. Let's go back to the API. So where are we failing right now? So const images of images, unique images, add. Let me just fold this. So, okay. Item of date. Yes. Yes, that's correct. We keep passing this to this recursive thing. Unique images, set images. So where is it actually? Oh, nice, man. Thank you very much. The YouTube one that I uploaded today. Jesus Christ. That's a lot of characters. String violation, content. Nice, man. Nice. Actually, let me see how is that going. Are people watching it? 51 views. Nice. It's nice. Very nice. Cool. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Okay, so let's just figure this one out, and then we can actually test this whole flow. So get images from TipTap. We're not really using these images anywhere, right? So that should be fine. So what is... Okay, let me ask ChatGPT to review this. Let me just get some water. Water. Let's see what this guy's going to suggest. The uniqueness check appears to be done incorrectly. At first, the function pushes item, then it adds the image a string to the set. The unique item set will contain both item object and the image string, which is not okay. I see. It's because I copy pasted this thing that we previously did in here, right? So actually, let's try this then. Let's trust this robot for a second. And let's go to our front end. Let's repeat this XHR request. Let's search for thoughts. Shit. Where's the request that failed many times already? Did we lose it? Yeah, we lost it. Okay. Fair enough. Let's just do this. Let's select some image. This one. Let's push it. Yeah, that's correct. That's great. But where is this failing, man? I can't seem to figure out. Wait a minute. Thoughts controller JS API thoughts. Let's see. Line 99, I believe. So this is where it's failing, but why? Why would it? Ah, so this content, it could be messed up, right? Yeah, let's try that. I think this is messed up. Yeah, and I know why. Yeah, all good. That's also true. Yes, 100%. And I think that exactly is the problem. That exactly is the problem. Very good catch. Yes. Okay, great. So this now works. Of course, images are not going to appear because I'm sanitizing that, and we're going to do that as a subtask. Wait, allow images. Don't sanitize HTML. Don't sanitize images in the editors in which we allow an image as a toolbar control. Okay, so that's great. So now that kind of works, right? Now, obviously, the last thing under quotes is that we have this array of base 64 images, right? So now we have to kind of create some sort of we need to create some sort of transactional. We need to implement this transactionally, right? So if we fail at this point, or if we fail at any point, so basically now we need to upload the images and then do this transaction, which is our Postgres transaction. So that's kind of already covered. The problem is now is that if we fail at this point, maybe one image uploads, but two of them fail, or you get the point. We need to be able to revert that, right? So that's kind of next thing. And we already have a clients to use to upload this stuff. Yeah, okay. So next thing is going to be, where is this Cloudflare client that I wrote? It's right here. So let's just say, let's just import this fella, this singleton here. So let's say import Cloudflare client. Let's just say like that from. Oh man, this fucking tool is disgusting. It's like, I don't know what they did in the last few changes of VS Code, but it's really bad, man. It's really bad. Look at this, man. Are you kidding me, bro? Jesus fucking Christ. It's seriously pissing me off when it doesn't work, like big time. Oh, seriously, man. It's such a it disrupts my flow, right? You know, when I get my mind in the flow, it just goes, it just works, right? And then when it doesn't work, it just pissing me off like so much, man. Jesus Christ, dude, come on. So freaking annoying. Like, unreal. What the fuck, dude? Are you kidding me? Oh, we have the, okay. Okay. What the hell? Okay. Give me a second. There's some sound here on my table. Give me one moment. What the hell? Oh, it's my bottle making sound. What the fuck, man? I got... Jesus Christ. Give me a second. Let me put some music on. I think you can just type font. Give me 1 second. There you go, buddy. All right. So we're back here. Okay. We have this create thoughts. All right. My pleasure, man. Okay. So let's say here images. So let's just say actually something like this. Promise.all images.map. Exactly. This tool reads my mind. So that's good. Now, we don't really care what the error is, right? If we ever reach this point here, and we will do this in an async await way, right? This is where we want to revert, right? So we then have to implement this in such a way where we get back the images that do actually succeed uploading, right? So here, from this upload, right? Yes. So from here, I guess, yeah, okay. I get it. So we don't really need to return anything. Actually, no, fuck, we do need to return this. No, actually, in fact, we're really good actually already. It's just the promise all wouldn't work in this case because, actually, we'll see. Let me just argue with my own brain for 2 seconds. So this is good. So here we should, I think, I don't remember actually. Give me 1 second. Let me just, give me 1 moment. I don't actually remember, but just give me 2 seconds. Shit. I thought we can do that, but we can't. Which fucking syntax error, man? Like, I don't need to use latest tools, man. I don't give a shit about latest tools, to be very frank with you. Sorry for my French, as they say. I don't give a crap about latest tools, man. I like to build products. That's what I focus on. I don't focus on tools. I focus on building products. Which tool I use is absolutely irrelevant, right? Yeah, exactly. But I thought, yeah, you're actually absolutely right. Yeah, this is a static method, so you're absolutely right. Yeah, 100%. It's a static method. It's been many years since I taught this thing. But wait a minute, what did I want to do? Yeah, I wanted to, but this is actually not going to error out. Actually, let's reject, right? Let's just reject instead, right? Shit. And that's because we didn't reject anything, right? If we reject 55, right, we should get error. Okay. But what about the then? So I think the promise all, if I remember from many years ago, I actually wrote one of the fucking first courses on ECMAScript 6, and now I forgot all of it. It's so if any of the responses fail, if any of the promises fail, none of the responses are going to end up here, if I recall well. And yeah, I think I'm right. Yeah, for the most part. Okay, so we'll see about that. Okay. So let's just so if we go to this client that I wrote, right? So in this case, I don't actually care about the errors. I care about the things that resolved, right? So in simple words, so we need to figure out how. Thank you very, very much, everybody, for the follows. Okay, so let's actually just, given my Axios upload method for uploading images to Cloudflare, I'll be using this in a loop for uploading multiple. Actually, fuck, wait a minute. No. Does Cloudflare Images API supports batch upload? Let's see if there's a batch upload instead, because that's more reliable, right? Cloudflare Images batch upload. I think that's way more reliable, right? Yeah. How to bulk upload images and keep. Yeah. No, I don't care about this. Completely useless for me. I don't know why. Why are you showing me this even? No, but this is not the API that I want to look at. They have an actual API somewhere. Where was that freaking API? I don't remember. I need to find it. They have like a where's their API, man? How do I get to it? Cloudflare Images API. This is not the API. No, this is not their documentation. No, this is not their documentation, man. Come on. How fucking hard is it to find the actual? Dude, are you kidding me? Where is the freaking, like... Oh my god, how hard is it to find that shit, man? Are you kidding me, man? Oh, dude. So there is no batch upload. Okay, that sucks. It would be way easier for us to write less code, just do a batch upload, and then we tell the Cloudflare to handle that, not us. Okay, well, that's unfortunate. That's what it is. All right, so let's actually import here. Let's implement our own batch upload. So let's say async batch upload, right? So we're gonna actually handle this because we're gonna need this sort of shit there. So we're gonna say here something like await Cloudflare image client dot batch upload. We're gonna give it images, right? And then we handle this stuff inside, right? All right, let's now go to, let's try to be intelligent here. Given my, oops. So let's say something, let's prime this guy. So given my upload, what is it called? What did I call it before? Given my, did I copy paste the wrong thing? Yeah, I did. Okay, so given my upload method, write a batch upload in a way that it returns a list of successfully uploaded images, and make sure to remove them if not all images are uploaded. In simple words, I want to achieve some sort of a transaction here. So if one thing fails, all of it should revert. That's what I want, right? Yeah, exactly. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's pretty much what we want. Great. Okay. Super simple. Okay, good. Good. That's something as I imagined. Then we'll see if we want to improve that or not. It's irrelevant for now. Calls this upload. Beautiful. What does it actually wait, I think I have upload avatar. Let's see how I implemented upload avatar. Okay. So this is how I do it, right? Oh, beautiful. I actually have it already done. How beautiful is that? Oof. Nice. Okay, great. So let's get over here to this batch upload. Let me just see what I did before. Don't remember actually anything. So we get the data back. Okay. So response data technically is a whole image, right? And we don't necessarily, actually we do care about it because we also need to get back the images so we can then store them as obviously as part, actually we don't need to do that, do we? Yeah, we actually have to return. Yeah, that's one of the issues. So we need to, yeah, okay, never mind. So that's good. So from here, we'll actually need to return. So here we'll have to say return uploaded images. And I think we generally, as you can see how I implemented upload avatar, you can see that I'm only storing the avatar ID in a database. So in simple words, I think if we get over here, we technically only need the ID from here, right? So how was it? Image result ID, right? So let's just say here, you know, image dot results. Was it image dot result dot, or was it results? Result, right? Okay. So now we have image IDs, right? Yeah, we'll see. There are some issues I already kind of can see that's going to happen, but it's okay. Because the problem right here is going to be that at this point, the content itself is going to have our base64 encoded images, right? So in simple words, we need to ensure that this content and those base64 encoded images are actually replaced by the images that this batch upload returns, right? So in simple words, we'll need to make sure that the order of base64 images inside of this content corresponds to the order in which those images are uploaded. Otherwise, we need to have some identifiers both here and here so we can match them, right? Because at this point, if this succeeds, then we have to mutate this content. We have to go again and find all the images and then replace them by the Cloudflare URLs. So when this kind of resource is stored in our database, it's not storing, obviously, the base64 payloads, but it's storing the actual Cloudflare image URLs, right? And loading them from there. So that's one of the things that we can't forget. Okay. But that's fine. Okay. Just do this. What the fuck? Why is this complaining that it's what? This is in the same scope, right? It is. So why is it complaining? That's crazy. Okay. It's probably VS Code again. Probably VS Code again. Yeah. Give me 1 sec. All right. Cool. Jesus Christ. Unreachable code. How? Actually, it is unreachable code. Yeah, because there's a try catch. Okay, my bad. Okay, beautiful. So let's kind of get rid of that. So we do have the remove, right? Let's just position this. So let's say upload, remove. Great. And let's get over here. Let's try this out. So const whatever, let's say actually image IDs. And let's see if this actually, in fact, is going to call our Cloudflare at all and do any of that, right? And let's see, we're probably not. We're probably going to fail somewhere, but shit. Give me a second. Let's just write some text. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. And let's see what happens now. Batch upload failed. Okay. Uploaded image must have image JPEG, image PNG, image WebP, image or image content type. Ah, shit. Okay, so the problem in the front end that we did, right, is at one point here we had a meme type and stuff. Okay, let's just go back to ChatGPT about it. What about... yeah, but is... So we can't pass this information as part of 64 base. Code it's string. Ah, shit, never mind. Yeah, well, that's the problem. That's what I'm just trying to write this within the limitations of the tip tap image thing. But I don't know if I can send an additional data. That's the problem, right? So is there a way to do that? Let's see. Let's actually check this source code of this thing, right? Because fundamental question here is not I can do anything, but can this do what we want without us changing it, right? Let's see what it supports. So Chica, good evening, buddy. How are you? So yeah, so it doesn't really give us many options, right? That's the problem. Seems Seems actually too simple of a plugin, to be very honest with you. Let's see, tip-tap core. So we could pass the set image, we can pass those options, the source alt string. Yeah, that kind of sucks, right? So it's how do we send along the other stuff, right? So meme type without really modifying this extension, right? Nice, man. Interesting. Shit. I mean, yeah. I mean, let's try. I mean, what can we lose, right? What can we lose? Let's go to the front end. Let's just try something, right? So let's go over here. We have this thing, right? What if I say foo bar cool story, right? So let's see if we can actually send this data to the API. If we can, problem solved. If we can't, well, we need to fiddle a bit with this front-end library then, right? Because we obviously need those things to be validated in the API, right? So let's see. Jesus Christ, man. All right, let's try some smaller image, just because it's kind of wallpapers, favicon. Let's try something super small. Yeah, something like this. Wait a minute. All right, let's try that again. So write some text. Try some smaller image, 3 kilobytes. Yeah. Copy string is JSON literal. Okay. Let's get over here. I mean, we could hack this out, right? But yeah, I mean, yeah, I think I have an idea. Sure. No worries. I mean, I'm just talking to myself. No worries. Okay, great. So I have an idea. Thank you very much for the follows, guys. Very much appreciated. Okay, thank you, everybody. Okay, so what we're gonna actually do, it's fine. I have an idea, right? So what we're actually gonna resolve here is something like this. We're gonna say base 64 image. It's gonna be, what did we actually resolve now? Yeah, so let's, yeah, I think I have an idea. Nothing prevents us really to send whatever we want. So let's, thank you, everybody. So let's just call here file, and let's say file name type. So this is the handler that actually executes when this thing completes, right? So give me 1 second here. Read the result. Okay, that's great. So let's get back here now. So we're no longer, so this response now has a file, and file name, right? So it has those 3 things, right? Yeah. Then over here, what we can actually do, I suppose, I hope so. Jesus Christ. All right, so let's try that, right? In with stringified, what can go wrong, right? Then we parse it in the API. I mean, honestly, yeah, what can go wrong, right? All right. But now at least we would have this information there. Shit, give me 1 second. Let's just do this. Let's choose an image, smaller one this time. And let's see if this fails or not. This is failing here, but that's also okay. We can fix that. I just want to see what is going to actually send to the API, if anything. What? What is it complaining about? Seriously? Okay, great. Wait, but shit, did I miss that filter? Okay, great. So let's see what we're sending. Okay, great. So kind of okay. Let's take a look at this copy string contents, right? So what if we say json.parse? Shit. Let's actually get over here. So okay, great. Okay. So now at this point, right, we know that this is stringified. So attr, so source essentially is stringified, and source contains a file, and then it contains those two other properties we actually need, right, which is the meme type and file name, right? Okay. So if I go back to this thing over here, where was it? In the API, right? Upload avatar. Allowed meme types. Thank you everybody for the follows. Appreciate it very much. Where am I calling my Cloudflare clients? Over here. Okay. Why am I uploading some buffer? I see. Interesting. Okay. Well, anyway, one thing that we have to change, right? If we go to our get images from this thing, so this thing here now is an actual JSON, right? So we wanna sorry, a string. So we need to parse this to JSON, right? So and then the source itself is gonna be an object. So each image now is actually from the front end is gonna be an object that has a file itself, base64 encoded file, a file name, and a meme type, right? So let's print those images. We actually, let's not try to upload them anymore. Let's just print them now just to make sure. And then let's just say here, return, reply. Let's just return here and say, cool, cool, yeah. Okay, great. Let's just clear, come on, fucking number. All right, let's take a look. I can't load the page. Yeah, it is up for me. It works on my computer, bro. Works on my computer. Yeah, definitely works on my computer, which means it works for everybody. Everyone knows that. And good day, Mike. All right, going back to this, going back to the actual front end now. Let me send this crap and let's see what we get. And I think, yeah, that's good. So we get a file which is base64 encoded. We get the meme type and we get the file name, right? Okay, great. So this is good now, which means that essentially those images that we're using in this thing that we just implemented, right? So let me just check this thing. So what is this actually? So file body. Give me 2 seconds. Awesome, Mike. We just pour some water in. So I guess we need to convert that to a buffer or something, right? Exactly. Pretty much what we need to do. Yep. Yeah. And I actually believe that probably I have something like this. All right. Shit. Never mind. This is front end. I don't. All right. Let's grab this utility. Why am I going to the front end? Thoughts. Beautiful. Where is this blob coming from? File. Interesting. Buffer, exactly. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Christoph Pabel, thank you very much for the subscribe on YouTube, man. Appreciate it. Okay, so let's get this thing. So I'm just now wondering though, I guess we want to do this here, yeah, because yeah, actually, let's not go crazy with making it too generic and too applicable everywhere. We're not going to touch this one for sure. We're going to leave that as is. And then here we could be passing the actual buffer. So instead of doing this, right? Because I don't actually want to do too much with this right now. So what we could actually do, oops. So in this context, the file, yeah, fuck. Give me 1 second. Let's go over here and actually in our front end, I think I'm gonna change that so it's a bit better. So where's this dialog? Yeah. So over here, I'm gonna call this base64 image. So base64 image instead. Then we're gonna do that. That's now fine, actually. Yeah, so that thing is still gonna work. Now, if we get over here and then we go to this batch upload we're implementing, right? Let's comment this out. So image buffer is gonna be file dot this base64 image from that, yes. What is this upload taking? Just the body, right? Shit. I'll just try like that, just so we don't mess too much with things. Yeah, something like that. I mean, we could have just as well did it in line here, but who cares? So we're gonna have this image buffer and the options. Come on, man. All right, well, that's something, right? For sure. Now that's the huge question is, does that work? Wait, this is production, right? Yeah. Let's go to front end. Let's do this. Let's do that. Ah, shit. Let's just type in some text first. Let's do this fella. Let's select an image. Okay. Did do something for sure. I mean, technically that worked. Let's go to Cloudflare images. Let's see if we actually uploaded that thing. Of course, there's more work to be done. It's just we need to now associate things that were actually created and stuff. But that's actually no. Go to this email instead. Let's go to images. Let's go to an hour ago. Ah, shit, give me a moment. Are we actually uploading? Did we yeah, I think we forgot to save here. Yeah, so we are uploading, but I think we didn't. Okay, try that again. Let's reply this let's do this reply xhr. Batch upload failed. Let's try that once again. Okay. Ah, shit, shouldn't have cleared the dev tools. All right, let's try that again. Well, actually, but never mind. We are getting an error. So what happened? Why did we fail? Why did we fail? Unsupported media type. Content type text plain. Jax, thank you very much, buddy. Unsupported media type. Okay. Super strange. Well, I mean, it's fine, but it's a bit strange. Let's see. Application JSON multi-part. Let's go to our API again. Let's go to this batch upload we're importing. So base64, just for fun, let's make sure that this file is what I think it is. Dog, cat, cow. So let's try that. Let's try to reply this. Reply. Let's search for dog. So it is an object with base64 image. Correct, okay. It's a massive thing. Then image type. Image PNG, yeah. Correct, yes. And then file name is also there, even though... Dragon, thank you very much, buddy. Then we have the options here. Form, append, file, buffer, options, post, base URL. Give me a second. I just need to inspect this. Then we have meme type. So seems okay, honestly. But check ChatGPT as well. Maybe we're trust that it's slightly a bit too. Form get headers. Interesting. What is this? First thing I see this honestly, but let's see. Is there some? Uh-huh. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, let's reply this. Okay, it still failed. So it does. So either the meme type that we're giving it doesn't like it or something, but we'll figure it out. I have no doubts. It's just a bit annoying, to be honest. Let's try that again. Reply. Unsupported media type. Interesting. Okay. And how are we doing? Let me just go to upload avatar. How did I do this before with this existing thing? I see. So I have some validate file decorator, I suppose. Yeah. Wait, and then I have file. Okay. File type from buffer. Ah, interesting. I use the buffer because my front-end client library supports that, and it doesn't support anything else. I mean, I think one thing that we could do, though, one thing that we could do in the front end is shit. Yeah. No, we can't. We can't. No. Unfortunately, we are kind of limited in the front. We need to do this in the front. That's the problem, right? I would never use lexical or anything that Facebook made ever again in my life. Okay. So going back to the API, right? Image buffer. So this is, let's actually try printing this as well. So let's actually do this. Let's make sure that this is actually an image buffer. Jesus Christ, man, what is happening? Okay, try that again. Okay. Project is not open source. No. The fuck is happening, man? Okay. All right, let's take a look. Yeah, so it is a buffer. So we do convert it to a buffer, so that's okay. So I think the only issue here is that yeah, I probably should exactly. Probably should. Agreed. So actually, so wait, let's try one thing. So if we find that, yeah, actually, if we find this validate file, right here we have file type from buffer, right? So let's try this. I mean, let's try printing this. Maybe this would give us a bit of a hand here, right? Thank you very much for the follow. So let's import this fellow over here. Let's make this let's see if we can actually do this at all. Mm. So yeah, it's undefined. Yep. Shit. Yeah, so we cannot. So basically, there's no meme type inside of this buffer, right? Now, so let's kind of keep debugging, right? So if we go here and upload base64 image, right? Um, all right, let's try to get some help from the robot. Try to get some help from the robot. Maybe certainly we're doing something wrong, right? And let's try to prime it a bit more just so it can. Yeah. But is it indicating, at least here in the error message, which meme type are we actually giving it? Is it saying PNG somewhere? Uploaded image must be image, JPEG image. Give me a second. So this is where we append it, right? So we append the file, buffer, and options, right? File name, content type, meme type. Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this thing. Thank you very much for the follows, guys. Options, form, okay, submitter. Okay, so that seems maybe like an issue, right? So where can we see? Let's go to form data constructor here. So what does it actually take? It takes some options, right? So let's see which those options are, right? So is this maybe an issue? So it extends this stream, readable stream. Yeah, so this seems like a problem, right? I guess that's the issue, right? That has to be the issue, right? Oh shit, we're passing this here. Never mind, I'm an idiot. I meant the append. That's what I wanted to check. Okay, let's go to append. Form data append. Yeah. So what does this thing take? File name. What? All right, so that is the problem, right? Clearly. So let's shit on the robot. The options that you suggested me to pass to dot append are wrong. Append, as far as the documentation, takes a file name as a string. All right, so we're somewhere now for sure. But what about a meme type then? Where do I set that? Let me stretch my legs. Oh my god, of course. Jesus Christ, man, what an idiot I am. Okay. Yeah, I just yeah, exactly. What an idiot. All right, let's try that. Trying to kill this session here, but it's kind of very elastic. Okay. Let's get back here and yeah, let's actually let's hit this again. Okay, cannot properly identify reading name. What? What? Ah, shit. So actually, right? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, let's try that again. Bad request. Wow, what an error. It just got better. Bad request. Error parsing form fields. Try that again. So I guess it's missing fields, right? Because I think at somewhere I am actually passing fields. Where was that? Let me see. Form.append. Let's search where we're actually doing this. So we have this, we have it here. Yeah, so this is actually useless. We're gonna disregard that for now. Upload base physics for image. Name type. What a useless error. It's very hard to, yeah. Exactly. Okay. Image PNG. Actually, let's read that error again, because now we're gotten to the point where we're getting shitty errors from Cloudflare. Like, it's very hard to decipher what it is, right? Transfer. Now we're getting bad requests, so it's not meme type anymore. Now it's like something completely random. So wait, let's try to Google it, because ChatGPT is a bit redundant. So Cloudflare images. Also, let's maybe not do this now, for now at least. Ah, come on, dude. Jesus Christ. Where was this issue? Okay. Okay, let's try this. This is a bit crazy, but just to that, at least to isolate ourselves to where the issue is, right? So let's get over here. And yeah, instead of doing the base 64 thing, we're gonna try getting a blob, right? And then we're gonna rename this shit later on and stuff. Doesn't really matter. We just wanna. So that's what worked for this guy. And then as a third argument, like we don't need to do another append. We can pass it a file name. I mean, what can we lose to try, right? It doesn't work now anyway, so. Failed with the speed of light. Beautiful. Fetch is not defined, of course. Where is that? Where did we do this? Thank you very much, everybody, for the follows. But actually, let's search for blob. I think base 64 to blob. Yeah. Yeah, so this is actually completely incorrect. So let's get rid of this. This is how can I convert base 64 image to blob? Oof. I don't like that. I don't like that at all, actually. Shit. All right, so actually we tried this and that kind of failed. So yeah. So this idea failed. Let's revert. So now we're still over here. So we have the buffer itself. We pass this crap. Let's try to find some utility. Node.js based to blob conversion. Yeah, this is kind of what we're doing. I guess it's the same thing, I suppose. Beautiful. What a great article. Easy to read. Super easy. Okay, well, apparently we're doing it already, so that doesn't seem to be an issue. Body append. Axios send. I don't actually know what we're doing wrong. That's the problem. It seems all fine based on what we researched, right? So we're appending this buffer now, a blob of some kind. This also seems fine, right? Interesting. And we get 400, right? 400, which is not super easy to figure out what the actual issue is. What does it mean by error file for bad request? Let's try to get that again. So Cloudflare. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, this was not answered at all. Beautiful, very useful. Removing form data size solved it. But he's also using fetch and not Axios. That's the thing, right? Yeah. All right, let's take a look at this. A lot of people are getting this, it seems. Let's see, upload image. Numinex, my friend, good evening. Not much, man. Just slightly bit stuck with this thing, but I think we'll get it eventually. What about yourself, man? How's life? Why the fuck are you complaining, man? What about yourself, dude? Well, yeah, I do. Yes, yes. It's an image uploading. It's not just a CDN. It's more than that. It's more than that. Error bad request, error parsing form fields. Why the fuck do you error keep? I don't get it, man. I don't get what we're doing wrong. Genuinely. No, I mean this works, right? Because we're using this. It does. This is the same thing, right? As good day, Penosa. We're using this little client I wrote for image upload, for avatar uploads as well. But this is slightly different, right? Because what I'm doing here is I'm sending base64 encoded strings from the front end for this in this specific case, and then basically over here. You can see I convert the base64 image to a buffer, and then I pass the buffer here. So, and then I pass the file name and meme type. Don't ask me yet. I can show you in a minute in the front end why. But either way, yeah, it's just just a bit. So I don't know, like, why doesn't it? So here's the image buffer. Here's the buffer. Say file buffer, right? And then we set the meme type here, right? So I don't know why is it failing. Even though I don't think this is necessary, right? Yeah. Then we're getting a pretty generic useless error. I don't know what it means, right? This is a Cloudflare for specific error, right? So it's hard to error parsing form fields. So my some because form also has, you know, we can. It's just like no, absolutely not. This has not. This is not a JSON. We're not sending JSON. We're sending multi-form data here, not the JSON. Yeah. Actually, I don't know genuinely now at this point. So we do append this. Well, yeah, exactly. But which ones? That's right. That's the hard one, right? That's the hard one, right? Here's the buffer image PNG, right? So that's correct. Leo, thank you very much, buddy, for being here. Enjoy whatever you're gonna do next. My pleasure, man. Yeah, we get the 400. Yeah, we get the 400 bad request, and then here we get at the end we get data. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's read this. I don't get it. So initially we thought the UTF-8 notation was tripping things up, but it turned out to be something far more simple. It appears that the upload API expects the name and file name values it be enclosed in quotes. What the fuck, bro? Are you kidding me, bro? I mean, that makes no sense. And why would anyone implement something as stupid as that, right? No, I don't trust this, man. This cannot be this stupid, man. I mean, this cannot be that, right? Thank you very much, everybody, for your follows. Very much appreciated. Okay, well, it still fails, so of course I'm just gonna try a few things here. I don't fucking get it, man. I don't know. I don't genuinely know what the hell is going on. It's super frustrating. Like, fucking shitty API, man. Fuck them. Okay, seriously. Are you kidding me, man? Like, wasting fucking hour on this crap is like really seriously, man. I cannot believe this. Cannot believe this crap, man. Cannot believe this crap, man. Like uploading a fucking image. How hard is it, man? Like, how hard can it be? Jesus Christ, man. So what are we potentially missing, man? What are we potentially missing? 25 gold. Yeah, what's up, buddy? What do you mean, Panosa? The form field name file. I mean, here's the file. It's the file, the file itself, and then the file name is here. Oh yeah, the YouTube one. Where is it? How do I get to it? This one, right? There you go, buddy. All right. So what do you mean, Panosa? I don't think we're missing anything. That's why I'm a bit pissed right now. We have all the fields. Jesus Christ, man, what a waste of time. Like, thank you everybody for your follows, guys. Very much appreciated. Hope you're having a good time. Sec, sure. Sure, man. No, I don't think that's the issue. I mean, keep in mind, Panosa, we are uploading well, maybe actually, maybe. I mean, if we go to upload file upload that I have, let's actually, maybe I mean, what was it? Upload avatar. Let's see what are we doing for the upload avatar, right? So this is the controller itself. So we have the multi-part stuff here, right? The problem is then we need some utility for multi-part. How do we do this, right? Because I'm having this on the request itself. No, but this is not what I need. I mean, I need to. How do we do that? All right, let's go to the robot. Yeah, but that's exactly what we're doing. Yeah. So I don't get what are we missing, Panosa. The the form itself does that, right? It should be adding it. Yeah. Well, I don't see why would we need to do this crap, right? I mean, fucking annoying, man. Like what a waste of time. Unbelievable. I can't believe this, man. Super mad. Like, Yeah, but this is the front end example, right? There's no blob. I don't know, man. I'm kind of bored from this, like big time, honestly. Like, yeah, I didn't expect this to take more than 5 minutes, but that's what it is. That's what it is. What can I do? This is still front end API, right? This doesn't exist in Node. This could kind of work, right? We could give it our base 64 image, right? I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't genuinely get it. But I think Panosa, you are definitely onto something with the multi-part thing, right? Because for my upload avatar thing, right? I do have a multi-part parser and stuff like that, right? So here we are using, right? But this is different, right? But here you can see we are using. So what do we have? Data.buffer. It's not user. So the data itself here is, I don't know what it is, right? And it would be nice if Fastify, what was it called? Multi-part, right? Yeah. Wait, let's go to the robot again. Does Fastify multi-part has some method that I can use here? But I don't think it's going to be able to help much over here, right? Yeah, exactly, man. That's the problem, right? That's the problem. No, nothing really here that can help us, unfortunately. No. QS, so thank you very much, buddy. Yeah, I don't know. Like you said, Panosa, I don't think we're doing anything wrong. So I'm a bit confused about why. Uh, yeah, exactly. Yeah. The only thing I'm gonna try now here is the only thing we can try is that blob. M12. Hey, buddy, there. How are you doing? Node fetch. Okay, I'm just out of this complete desperation. Try this. Out of complete desperation. I have no ideas left. Let me copy that link, Panosa. Yeah, but the version of Axios I think he's using is like 65 years old. My Axios is 1.2 points. I mean, we can try anything, right? It doesn't really matter at this point. It's just I think the version of Axios he's using is like 7 billion years old. But why not? I mean, try that. Why not? Nope. Oh, what the fuck? What? Source on. What source on? Where is this error? Yeah, but doesn't matter even with this file name. It's irrelevant, right? Even if it's hard coded, it's perfectly fine, right? So that still should have worked, right? Raps Z, thank you very much, buddy. Just some image batch image upload for the articles and other stuff. Source on is, do we have like a syntax error somewhere or some shit? I don't think so. Wait a minute, let's just revert this crap what we did just to see if everything's actually, because now the error has nothing to do. Okay, so yeah, it didn't actually like that Panosa at all. So that doesn't work. Okay, so my last desperate attempt is going to be it's going to be this. What? Here I'm going to say import fetch from node fetch, right? And how was it? So instead of here, we're going to say const blob is await fetch. Yeah. It does. Yeah, it should be. It always did. I mean, I can upload an image from my local computer, my avatar, right? All right. If it doesn't work, I'll need to go and eat. My wife has been calling me and I can hear my son screaming. Instantly failed. Beautiful. What's better than this? What the fuck is source on is not a function, bro? Are you kidding me, man? Nope. Nope. Doesn't work. Yeah, they do. They do. Yes. Yes. They do. All right, guys, I'll have to leave you. I need to eat. It's been 3 hours since I streamed. I might do it again tonight, and I might sit on my own to just fix this. Let's actually do it before I leave, Panosa, just so you can see that I'm very sure. Yes. So let's print the options. Ryan, my pleasure. Let's give me just 2 seconds before I leave, just so I can make Panosa sleep easier. So here it is. File name Android, meme type image PNG. Good, Spectrum, and good. Just just a little issue with the Cloudflare thing, but we're gonna fix it. I have no doubts. Good, man. Just yeah, I just want to make sure that I just want to make so the idea basically. So what is the idea, right? So the idea is that when you click here, when you choose your image or images eventually, that we do this transactionally, right? So I don't want to, because the easiest thing that I could have done now was when you click here, we instantly upload the image. The reason why I didn't want to do this is because at this point you can do that and just leave. And now there's some image hanging somewhere. So essentially now you type any content, you write a new article, you choose a bunch of images, you submit this, then we transactionally solve this. Here we extract the images, which are base64 at this point, from the TipTap content. We batch upload them. If any of them fail, we clean them up basically, and we just gracefully fail. So in simple words, what I want to do is I want to do this image upload transactionally. So if any of the images fail, we fail here, and then we respond, with 400. In simple words, since obviously images are uploaded to a different service, we can't do it transactionally in our Postgres because it had nothing to do with the Postgres. But anyway, I want to make sure that if the whole thing succeeds, it either succeeds with all images uploaded and then stored in our database with the rest of the content, or it all fails, right? And I really want to upload images only when you actually submit some sort of content, either a thought, which we're going to see if we're going to allow images and thoughts, probably yes, but especially for articles and courses and stuff, we need to have images, right? So yeah, that's how it's going to work, and we're going to continue. Maybe I stream tonight again, maybe in around 2 or 3 hours, I'll see. Now I need to run, I need to go eat. My wife and my kid are calling me, so I'll need to eat now. And the issue is just figuring out the Cloudflare API, basically. Cloudflare API is responding with an error. Absolutely, Panos. It's just Cloudflare API is not very. So let's actually just revert this before I show it to you. So let's do this. Let's remove the, yeah. So this is the batch upload Panosa. It starts here. So let's just focus on this part. Let's imagine it all succeeds. Thank you very much, Carol, man. Likewise. So here we got this, what I sent from the front end Panosa, base64 image, meme type file name. We convert the base64 image to a buffer, and then we pass the buffer to this fella, and then this fella appends that buffer to the with a key of file, and then meme type, and then yeah, this is also not necessary. Thank you very much, Panosa. Guys, Panosa, Kirill, all of you guys, thank you very much for being here. I wish I can stream more now, but I'm super hungry, so I'm going to go do that. And then if you guys are around later on, please come by if you see that little notification. For the rest of you who are new here, thank you very much for watching. Make sure to join our Discord. I would appreciate if you can sign up on programmer.network domain. And yeah, follow my YouTube channel if you can as well. I would appreciate that a lot. Anyway, I hope you had fun. I certainly did. Thank you very much for watching. And take care, everybody. Like Carol says, I'll catch you guys up later tonight, most likely. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much, Kirill. Love you, man. Appreciate it very much. I'll catch you guys up later on. Okay. Stay well and have a great one, guys. Bye bye. Ciao.